Hello, Education 500, Education 380. Hope you're having a great week. Dr. Allen here. This is actually, I know I say this all the time, this really will be kind of a short video because usually at about this time, we're like week 6, everyone's kind of starting to get a little bit of a semester crunch. I do usually plan this week to kind of be a little bit of we've looked at some tech. We got one small thing we have to do this week, and I just share some things because one, I think they're important for you to know, but we don't have access to them. So I want to make note of those things. But excuse me. Besides all that, let me get a drink real quick. Sorry, um, but we'll keep this short and sweet. If I don't sit here and cough, and if I don't babble too much, so why don't I go ahead and get started? Sorry, and also, before I kind of really get going, I do want to apologize slightly. I usually try to get these up a little early. I know we usually go Monday to Monday, basically, but or Monday to Sunday. Um, I got a little busy helping at social studies fair yesterday when I record a lot of times on Saturday morning, and my son was in it. So, um, doing this on a Sunday morning should hopefully have this up this afternoon. But if it causes anyone any distress, feel free to contact me. I can give you a little extra time. I'm still early. Good on me, I think, but you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm not going to sit here and toot my own horn. Um, this week, really, there's only one thing you have to do. It's the discussion board. Like I say, I wanted to kind of lighten the load this week just to kind of give everyone a little bit of breathing space. Also, because of my schedule yesterday and this week, and because I was kind of thinking ahead slightly. Also, it's a Super Bowl week, I know. So I'm going to at something tonight. I will have grading. I want to make sure I'm kind of caught up. I should have everything up to date from last week because I'm always like running behind. Should be done by Monday, and I'll release everything tomorrow sometime. So, with that being said, the only assignment you have this week is actually the discussion board. It's right here. It's excuse me. It's related to Tech Like a Pirate. It's talking about differentiated instruction. I put on here varied instructional approaches, just accommodations and how technology can help. I also put some articles right here just to kind of help out. The articles are probably going to be more beneficial than what's in Tech Like a Pirate. I think that's one reason why I put them up there. But still, with all that being said, I wanted to kind of make sure you have that. But that's what you need to check out. That's the actual assignment this week. Light week, I know. Still, there's some tech I wanted you to kind of see. I'm not going to play the video. I actually have a video I did last 2 semesters ago that I thought kind of hit some of this pretty well. As you can see, I'm going to leave that one up. So there'll be 2 videos this week if you really are that interested in this. Um, and if you look, you can basically jump from the 1 to 13-minute mark is where I talk about it's Schoology, Canvas, and Plan Book. And I'll talk about those 3 things here in a second, not in the detail like in the video, but just why they're important. And then I'll talk about the 2 that I wanted to kind of add to that. But really quick, I did put some links down here to Schoology. I know a lot of people are going to have either been done field in Berkeley County, or going to be teaching in Berkeley County, or went to Berkeley County schools. They use a system called Schoology. We don't have access to that here at Shepherd. If we did, it would be a big part of this class because it is a technology that you are going to use in Berkeley County. It's the technology. It's their LMS. It's their Google Classroom. Most of you, I have a feeling, might be familiar with it. Before the pandemic, you could actually get free accounts, and it was nice because we could do a few little sandbox things. It was limited, but at least you got a feel for what was going on. Can't do that now. I think you have to have an account through a county. With that being said, when you go out and do your student teaching, especially if it's in Berkeley County, or even if you're doing field, a lot of times they have a practice sandbox that you can do. And when I mean sandbox, it's a dummy shell, so to speak, is what they call them. And you just do like, how there's crash test dummies and things like that. You can test. That's what this is kind of doing. It's something where you can go in and you can kind of mess around with Schoology. That's why I used this video. I had access to a little bit of it, so I wanted to show you to you. So if you want to check that out, you are welcome to. If you feel comfortable, you've been in the field and want to wait, that is fine. Canvas, I don't have that on there. That's Jefferson County's. I need to. That is one I have not messed around with too much, but in the video I do log in and just kind of show you. It's probably used more than Schoology, I think, nationwide. Again, when you're out in the field, make sure that you check that out. Ask your cooperating teachers, even if you're in the field, if you can mess around with it, if you can log stuff in or just see what it's all about. Um, Truth be told, probably on a day-to-day basis, Schoology and Canvas will probably be the LMSs that you're going to be using more, or technology that you're going to be using more than anything, because that's where, if you have a homeroom, you're going to be doing your lunch count, you're doing attendance, things like that. It all gets logged into that stuff. I've worked with the ones I worked with that was called, I think it's defunct now. It's called RenWeb, Option C. They're all do very similar type things. So um, those two are in the video if you want to check it out. I also have planbook.com. I use this a lot when I was teaching. I'm going to try something here. We'll see if this is a epic fail. Um, since I haven't been teaching in a K through 12 school, I didn't actually up my account. This is actually one that you have to pay like $10 a year. Some teachers like to have their own plan books, electronic plan books. I did because if I left the school, I still had access to my plans and that they weren't like wedged in on like Schoology or something like that. Let's see. It's going to work. There are a ton of these out. This was just the one I used. Actually, I did remember everything. As you can see, my subscription expired, but that doesn't matter because everything I need is on here. But as you can see, I had things organized as to what I was teaching. You can do a color codes. You can do the standards. I did not type these. They have a lot of these plan books now have downloaded the standards from each state, and I would just do what standards I was meeting. As you can tell here, I was probably doing civil rights and some little bit of Cold War, World War II type stuff. Statehood movement for that grade. So you can see, and I do my topics. You can load things up on here. I don't think I have anything on this one, which kind of stinks. Let's see if I can advance my week a little bit to see if I was a little more on the ball. Sorry, this is totally on the fly. Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah, you can see National History Day when I was doing that for 7th grade. These were just things that kept me organized. And this is, this isn't the traditional unit planning type stuff that you probably have to do in your methods class. I know because I teach a methods class, but it's, I think, a little more real world type planning that you've probably seen out in the field. Planbook.com, I was a fan of it. I liked it. I really was using it a lot. I even tried to stick with it a little bit when I was here at Shepherd. It's just not, I don't do that type of planning anymore, if that makes sense. I still plan, but it's not the alignment type stuff. I probably need to go back to it in some ways because I think it kept me organized in some ways better. So a little bit of self-reflection. Anyway, that being said, those are the things that are on this other video. If you want to check it out, the plan book I just kind of showed you, but I go into more depth. The other two, these are two texts that I've tried to integrate in this class, and I really just need to do it, but I at least want to give them a shout out. One is Cami. I put a YouTube video up, which is because YouTube has some good instructional videos, and it's probably gonna be better than what I show you here in a second. But if I'm being honest, only because Cami and Blookit are two things that I haven't actually used. I've fiddled around with them a little bit. I've used Cami slightly more, but I just wanted to kind of give them a shout out. Cami is, I logged in again with my Google account, so you can do the same thing. But you can see, we're going to do something with Canva that's kind of similar to this, but a little different. Cami is something I know they like in Jefferson County. You can have templates where you can have different things and have students work on them. You can share the accounts, you can print them, you can add stuff to it. You can even like do things up on the board. I just wanted to kind of show you, these are PDFs that people have put up. As you can see, if you pay, don't pay for anything, but you can unlock some stuff. You can put recordings on them. But if you wanted to check this out, I did put the link on there. There's a Cami library. Let's see what that, I don't have anything on there. Book report templates, multiplication charts, all types of stuff on here. As you can see, it's templates for stuff. That's basically what it is. I believe, whoops, let me go forward. Maybe it'll let me go back. Got a little back happy there. Didn't do it? Yes. Also, I believe, as you can see, blank pages, you can actually load up stuff, PDFs and all, and mark on them. So, or if you have something on Google Drive you want to upload, you can see, I don't even know if I have anything in my library. Yeah, as you can see, I can actually load stuff up in there if I want with my page. And you can actually link it to Google Classroom. So we don't have any assignment for this week. Actually toyed with it. It's just I didn't feel I felt I was going to add it too late in the game, and I just wanted to make sure you got a little bit of a shout out to this. If you have a moment, I would check it out. It's pretty cool. I might even come back to Cami a little bit. We're going to do something called Canva at the very end, which some of you may be familiar with. I may actually let Cami be a sub for that. So that actually sounds like a fantastic idea. So I might come back to Cami a little bit later in the class, um, especially with me thinking on the fly here. Another one is something I know is gaining a lot of momentum in the classrooms across the country, and especially here in West Virginia, but it's Bookit. I'm going to go to the main Bookit page too. There we go. All right. Bookit is kind of a Kahoot style game. As you can see, it has a lot of, I guess, are those emojis? I guess they would be emojis or something along those lines. You pick different things, and it's a review game. It's trivia. It's things like that. I'm actually logged into one just to kind of show you. It has a very Kahooty type feel to it as far as the setup and the design. The only thing I just wanted to say though was you can do it solo, which I guess you can in Kahoot, but don't you have to log? It's kind of, you have to almost do a workaround. As you can see, a lot of people do this. You can host them. Also, my understanding is there's not really a lot of points that are involved. Well, let's just hit it. I'll show you. I'm saying my understanding. I'm asking questions and statements that I already know. But as you can see, there's different things on here like Tower of Doom, and they're kind of fun ones. Let's do, I like castles. Let's do crazy castles. And start game. Nah, we don't need a tutorial. And as you can see, what is the soda? Search, correct. And you can see, and as you can see, he'll go up. Sup, can I spray paint some houses? Sure, yes. And you can see, oh, I lost. Behavioral type thing. Sorry. There you go. All right, what soda is this? That's obviously Canada Dry Ginger Ale. So you click that, and sure, yep. Oh, and you see they're buying stuff to do in these little creatures. Long story short, it's Bookit. I will be the first person to admit this is one that I've known about for a little bit now. I never got an opportunity to employ it in classes. I've messed around with it a little bit. As you can see, I just wanted to give it a shout out. Some of you may be familiar with it because I think it's very popular in the elementary settings right now. So if you wanted to try something like this instead of a Kahoot, because Kahoot, Kahoot's Kahoot. It can get a little crazy sometimes. Bookit may be a very good option. So with that being said, that's really it this week. I just wanted to give a shout out to those. I'm going to leave the page. Let me go back here. These were ones in the library. I have links to all of these if you want to check them out. There's no assignments associated with any of them, no blogs, nothing like that. It's just totally your call. Like I say, I have a video on there. If you want to subject yourself to the whole video, I'm just talking about a lot of the same stuff. They did a really nice job turning stuff in, so you'd probably hear that and all. But if you just went from 1 minute to about 13 minutes, you'll see me talking about the technology, specifically Plan Book, Schoology, and Canvas. This one has the Bookit and the Cami, and I think I do like that Cami idea, but I'll think about that without me on YouTube talking about it. So with that being said, I hope everyone has a good week. Hang in there. Please take advantage of this little bit of I want to give everyone just a slight break because I know just talking to people, I know things get busy, and this just always seems like we're coming up on midterm, not quite, but it's fast approaching. I know papers are starting to be due, so I just wanted to kind of give everyone a moment to get caught up. Give me a chance to get caught up on your grading too, and we'll kind of go from there. So with that being said, please take time, watch the Super Bowl, hang out with some people. You still got to find time for yourself. I'm sitting on here lecturing, so I guess we're pretty good. I will talk to everyone later, and if you need have any questions or anything like that, always feel free to stop by. And by the way, thank you. A few of you have actually stopped by with questions. I love it. Sometimes I wish we taught live, so it's great seeing names with faces. Please feel free to stop by anytime if you have a question if you're on campus. So talk to you later.